Right now, on a road just south of the Arctic Circle in Finnish Lapland, a truck driver is doing something that looks completely ordinary and is quietly one of the most demanding jobs in Europe. He's driving. That's it. No storm on the radar. No emergency. Just a truck rolling down a snow-packed road through a forest of frozen spruce. Headlights carving a tunnel through a darkness that, at this time of year, barely lifts at all. But look closer, and nothing about this drive is ordinary. The road under those tires isn't asphalt, it's a permanent sheet of packed snow and ice that won't fully melt for months. The temperature outside the cab is deep below zero, cold enough that a broken-down truck becomes a survival situation within the hour. And somewhere ahead, without warning, a reindeer could step onto the road out of the black tree line, a collision that every Lapland driver plans for and dreads. This is trucking near Rovaniemi, the last real city before the Arctic. The town that sits almost exactly on the Arctic Circle line. And the drivers who run these roads through the Finnish winter have turned survival into something so routine it looks easy. It isn't. So let's climb into the cab and find out how they actually do it, from the moment the engine starts, to the reindeer on the road, to the reason these drivers never ever trust a road that looks clear. Start with the thing that makes everything else different: the road itself. In most of the world, winter driving means dealing with snow when it falls, then clearing it. In Lapland, that idea doesn't apply. Here, from roughly November to April, the roads simply are snow and ice. Crews don't try to scrape the surface down to bare pavement, because there's no point, it would just freeze over again. Instead, they maintain a hard-packed snow surface, grade it smooth, and sometimes mix in grit for traction. So a Lapland trucker isn't driving on a road that occasionally has ice. They're driving on ice, permanently, for half the year. Every corner, every hill, every breaking point is calculated for a surface with a fraction of the grip that drivers further south take for granted. And that changes how you drive everything. Braking starts far earlier than it would on pavement. A loaded truck on packed snow needs a dramatically longer distance to stop. And slamming the brakes doesn't shorten it. It just breaks traction and turns the trailer into a pendulum. Steering inputs become gentle and early. Speed drops on anything that isn't dead straight and flat. Experienced drivers describe it as driving on eggshells with 40 tons behind you, a constant, low-level awareness that the road can betray you at any moment, and that the correction has to be smooth, not sudden. Because on this surface, the panic move is the one that kills you. Then there's the light. Or rather, the lack of it. Rovaniemi sits right on the Arctic Circle, and that geography does something to winter that people further south find hard to imagine. Around the darkest part of the year, the sun barely clears the horizon, and north of the city, it doesn't clear it at all for weeks. This is the polar night. Not darkness like a long evening. Darkness as a season. For a truck driver, that means running headlights nearly around the clock. The world shrinks to whatever the beams can reach, a cone of snow dust and spruce trunks, with total blackness pressing in on all sides. There are no city lights out here to soften it. On the long stretches between towns, the only light for kilometers is the truck itself. And that darkness does two things. First, it's exhausting in a way that surprises people. Driving in permanent night isn't relaxing, it's the opposite. Without daylight cues, without a changing landscape, the brain works harder to stay alert, and fatigue creeps in faster. Experienced drivers manage it deliberately: strict rest, caffeine timed carefully, and a hard rule against pushing through tiredness on a road where there's no room for a lapse. Second, the darkness hides the one thing every Lapland driver is scanning for. In Lapland, reindeer aren't a rare sight. There are tens of thousands of them, many semi-wild, roaming freely, and they do not understand roads. They step onto the packed snow without warning, often at the worst possible moment, emerging from a black tree line directly into a truck's path. Their eyes catch the headlights for a fraction of a second, And then the driver has a decision measured in less than a heartbeat. And here's the brutal part. On ice, you often cannot stop in time, and you cannot swerve hard without losing the whole truck. A violent swerve at speed on packed snow puts 40 tons into a slide that can jackknife the trailer or leave the rig in the ditch, a far worse outcome than the impact itself. So drivers learn to do the thing that goes against every instinct. They brake smoothly and straight. They stay in control of the vehicle. And they accept that sometimes the collision cannot be avoided. It sounds cold, but the logic is survival. A driver who wrecks a loaded truck trying to save a reindeer can turn a bad moment into a fatal one. This is why speed discipline matters so much up here. The slower you're going when that shape appears, the more options you have, and options on this road are everything. Veteran drivers scan the edges of the beam constantly, watching for the flicker of eyes in the trees, reading the roadside the way a sailor reads water. It never fully relaxes. It can't. Now the part that happens before the wheels ever turn, and continues every moment the truck is out here. At these temperatures, the cold isn't just uncomfortable. It's actively attacking the machine. Diesel fuel begins to gel as the paraffin wax in it crystallizes, thickening until it can clog filters and starve the engine, which is why drivers up here run winter-grade Arctic diesel, blended specifically to keep flowing in deep cold. Batteries lose a large part of their power just sitting in the freeze. Rubber stiffens. Air systems can trap moisture that freezes solid. And any fluid that's supposed to move can decide to stop. So the fight against the cold is constant and layered. Trucks are often kept plugged into electric block heaters when parked, keeping the engine warm enough to start reliably after hours in the freeze. The big radiator grille is frequently covered a simple insulated cover, or even a shaped panel to stop the sub-zero air from overcooling the engine while driving. Which sounds backwards until you realize that at these temperatures an engine can struggle to hold its own operating heat against the wind. Every one of these small habits exists because somewhere, someone learned the hard way what happens without them. And there's a reason drivers take all of it so seriously. A truck that won't start, or won't move, in this environment isn't an inconvenience. On a lonely stretch of Lapland road, in the dark, at these temperatures, a dead truck is the beginning of a genuine emergency, because the cab is the only warm shelter for a long way in any direction, and it only stays warm while its systems keep working. Which is exactly why experienced Arctic drivers never rely on the truck alone. Behind the seat, or tucked in the sleeper, is a set of equipment that most drivers hope to never open. Serious cold weather clothing, insulated boots, heavy layers, gloves, a hat kept within reach. Because if you have to get out and work on the truck in the dark at these temperatures, you dress for survival first and fix the problem second. A cold-rated sleeping bag, in case the heat fails and help is hours away. Food and water that won't be affected by a night in the cold. A way to make heat and hot drinks. None of this is paranoia. Up here, it's the baseline of professionalism. The mindset behind it is the same one Arctic drivers everywhere describe. You plan for the trip to go wrong, precisely so that it doesn't have to end badly when it does. The driver who prepared simply deals with a problem and moves on. The one who assumed the heater would always work, the engine would always start, the road would always hold, that's the one who ends up in real danger. Because out here, confidence isn't what keeps you alive. Preparation is. And yet ask the drivers who run these roads through the Lapland winter, and almost none of them lead with the hardship. They talk about what they get to see. The northern lights breaking over the road on a clear night, so bright the snow itself takes on a faint green glow. Curtains of light rippling above a forest that no one else is awake to witness. The absolute silence when the truck is stopped and the engine ticks in the cold, a quiet so complete, it feels like a physical thing. The way the low winter light, on the days it appears at all, paints the snow in colors that photographs never quite capture. The frozen rivers, the frost-heavy trees, the sense of moving through a landscape that most of the world will only ever see on a postcard. There's a strange privilege in it. While the rest of Europe sleeps, a handful of drivers are threading loaded trucks through one of the most beautiful and unforgiving corners of the continent, carrying the fuel, the food, and the supplies that keep the towns of the far north alive through the winter. It is one of the hardest driving environments in Europe. And to the people who do it every day, it's simply the route home. So the next time you picture a truck rolling down a highway, picture this instead. A single set of headlights, deep in the Finnish Arctic, moving through permanent darkness on a road made of ice, watching the tree line for reindeer, with a shoebox of survival gear behind the seat and 40 tons of cargo that has to arrive no matter what the cold is doing. The drivers who run near Rovaniemi have made a job out of a place most people would call impossible. They've learned to read the ice, to respect the dark, to prepare for the worst, and to move calmly through an environment that punishes every mistake. Not because it's easy, but because the far north depends on them. And someone has to keep it supplied when winter closes in. Now I want to hear from you. Could you do it driving loaded through permanent darkness, on ice, watching for reindeer, hundreds of kilometers north with the temperature far below zero? Be honest and drop your answer in the comments, because I read every single one. And if this run interested you, subscribe, because next time we're going even further into the cold, to a place where 50 is just an ordinary night and turning off your engine can be a fatal mistake. Stay warm out there, and I'll see you down the road.